What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Power Gamers Tactics Room. I'm your host, Bill Brian Bafflestone. Once again with me today, I have my lovely assistant,
Adelina.
And today we are having another episode of my Showdown series,
where we look at comparable abilities to determine which ones are better.
And which abilities do we have walking into our proverbial arena tonight, Adelina?
Tonight we are looking at poisons.
Poisons! Poisons are a fantastic addition to any Power Gamer's offensive arsenal, not only under regular conditions, but also in the fearsome conditions of an anti-magic zone. Fun fact, beholders are not immune to poison. They also have only a +4 Constitution saving throw. So if the winner of our showdown today is formidable enough, we might have some options in that horrible scenario, as well as any other creatures that are not immune to poison. So let's take a look. Before we look at individual poisons, we need to look at the types of poisons, because there are different types that might have an effect on our combat capabilities. So how many types of poisons are there, Adelina?
There are 4 types of poisons, which are 1. Ingested, 2. Contact, 3. Injury, and 4. Inhaled.
So I put the description of the poison types on the screen, and we can see right away that ingested poisons aren't going to help us too much. The target needs to consume the poison, and in a battle scenario, that's just not happening. We then see that contact and injury poisons have more or less the same application condition. You have to touch them, probably by making an attack roll. Then they will also get a saving throw against the poison. So this is not ideal, but it is workable. You have to stick an attack roll and a saving throw. However, we then look at inhaled poisons, and we see that for these, we don't need to make an attack roll. We simply release the inhaled poison into their space, and they then are automatically forced to make the saving throw. So right away, we can see that inhaled poisons are probably going to be better, but poisons do impart a wide range of conditions. So if a contact or injury poison has a really amazing condition, it might walk away as the winner of this showdown. So let's take a look at the individual poisons. As just stated, the ingested poisons aren't going to work in combat, so we can immediately eliminate the 5 ingested poisons on the list. There are 14 in the Dungeon Master's Guide, by the way. There might be others in other publications that I'm not aware of, but I'm just going to be looking at the 14 in the Dungeon Master's Guide today. So what are the 5 ingested poisons, Adelina?
Okay, so first we have Assassin's Blood. Next we have Midnight Tears. Then we have Pale Tincture. Then there's Torpor, and lastly there's Truth Serum.
So we can take these all off the list as not having any use in combat, although of course Truth Serum is kind of nice for its utility purposes. So in terms of contact poisons, we have 2. What is the first one, Adelina?
The first one is Crawler Mucus.
So Crawler Mucus, not bad. DC 13 save. It creates the paralyzed condition for 1 minute, but it allows them a saving throw every turn. So while not bad, I'm pretty sure we can do better. What do we have next?
Oil of Taggart.
Oil of Taggart. Well, this looks promising. DC 13 saving throw for unconsciousness for 24 hours. That's going to be game over for any creature that fails its save. So that's really nice. And it's only 400 gold? Okay. We might have an early winner here in Oil of Taggart. We will then move on and look at the injury poisons, of which there are 4. What do we have first, Adelina?
First, we have Purple Worm Poison.
So Purple Worm Poison, first thing we should note, it's really expensive. 2,000 gold is a huge chunk of change. So in exchange for a price like that, this poison has to knock my socks off. And looking at it, it doesn't. The DC 19 is absolutely fantastic, but it imparts 12d6 damage. That's not bad, but it's certainly not as good as unconscious for 24 hours. So given the cost, I can't say that Purple Worm Poison is better than Oil of Taggart. Next.
Next, we have Wyvern Poison.
Wyvern Poison is just watered down Purple Worm Poison. DC 15, and it's almost as expensive and less damage. So not as good as Oil of Taggart either. Next.
Drow poison.
So Drow poison, looking at its metrics, is not as good as Oil of Taggart. DC 13 for poison condition, DC 8 for unconsciousness. But it does have the advantage of possibly being more available than other poisons. There is a shady role-playing aspect involved with poison. You might have to be involved with a criminal network just to get access to it, and there might be alignment issues with using it, depending on your DM. But that aside, drow poison might be more available because if you kill as much or as many drow as I do, they tend to pile up. So not as good as Oil of Taggart, however. What do we have next?
Serpent venom.
Serpent venom, the weakest poison, DC 11, a little bit of damage. Get out of here. Finally, inhaled poisons. So Oil of Taggart is looking really good. It's a contact poison, so you do need to make the attack roll and they get a save. But what a great condition, 24-hour unconsciousness. Inhaled poisons don't require that attack roll, but they're going to have a really good condition to compete with Oil of Taggart. What is our first inhaled poison, Adelina?
Burnt Other Flames.
DC 13 for a little bit of damage. Nope. Next.
Malice.
Malice. DC 15 save for poison and blindness. I think Oil of Taggart might prevail here. One left. What do we got, Adelina?
Essence of Ether.
Essence of Ether. So DC 15 Constitution save and unconscious for 8 hours. Wait a minute. DC 15 Constitution save and unconscious for 8 hours? Wait, how much does this stuff cost? What, 300 gold? 100 gold less than Oil of Taggart with a better saving throw and imparts basically the same condition? I mean, 8 hours versus 24 hours, but let's face it, whatever fails at save against this isn't going to be alive 8 minutes after this stuff sticks. So, ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Oil of Taggart was slaying all competitors all the way up until the final round when Essence of Ether stepped into the ring and knocked it out. Essence of Ether is the winner of our showdown today and is a fantastic option to have in your back pocket. Not cost prohibitive at 300 gold pieces per dose. DC 15 saving throw is pretty solid and unconscious for 8 hours. That is going to be game over for any creature that is not immune to poison. So let us assume that beholder trains its anti-magic cone on my wizard and 99% of my capabilities just instantly disappear. I'm just going to calmly walk up to that beholder and spray some Essence of Ether in its face, and I have a 50% chance of ending that encounter right then and there. So that's it. Essence of Ether is the winner of our showdown today. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. Regardless, thanks so much for watching. This has been the Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Power Gamers Tactics Room. I'm your host, Bill Braun Bafflestone. This has been my lovely assistant,
Adelina. See you next time.